Now, when I met this pimp, it was only two type of dudes in the world to him. There were pimps and there were tricks. And to him, a trick was any dude who would say and do anything just to get some pussy. That was it for him. When I met him, I had trick tendency. No, I was a trick because this girl that I had, she had me open, man. Like sexually, she was doing things for me that I had never done before. I was following her around. She say jump, I say how high. It was that type of thing.
For a long time, people have been asking me, how did you stay married so long? Because when they see me and my wife together, we're happy. And she's happy. So they constantly want to know the secret. And I would say something like, I just do a whole bunch of small things, and it ended up to be a big marriage, And then they're even more surprised to know that I have another wife. And when people see me and her together, they ask the same thing, how do y'all make this work? And I never really tell the truth because of fear of what people may think. When people hear the word pimp, they think of negative things. Well, at a very young age, 17, a pimp took me under his wing and he started to teach me things. And now that when I look back at it, he was a pimp. And he didn't like that word, by the way. He used to tell me we are gentlemen of leisure. But now when I look back at it, I see that he was in his exploitation of women. He did that, but he really had a study of women. He made women his study. And he saw that I was doing the same thing. I was on that same road to make women my study. So he pulled me under his wing and he started to teach me things. And I want to share with you some of those things because I'm looking at our relationships and I feel that our relationships go wrong because the foundation is not correct. If you mess up the foundation of anything, it's going to crumble after a while. We have to get the foundation correct. And men, we have to stand that foundation. We have to establish that foundation.
In the quote, Malcolm is quoting a prostitute. He was still cool in the streets. And this prostitute was telling him that most men were easy to push around. They was always complaining. They needed to know what the pimps knew. Now, she didn't say that they need to become pimps. They just needed to know these basic fundamentals when it came to dealing with women. And they were talking about their customers. Tricks. So the general meaning of what a trick is dude who pays a prostitute for her service. Now, when I met this pimp, it was only two type of dudes in the world to him. There were pimps and there were tricks. And to him, a trick was any dude who would say and do anything just to get some pussy. That was it for him. When I met him, I had trick tendency. No, I was a trick because this girl that I had, she had me open, man. Like sexually, she was doing things for me that I had never done before. I was following her around. She say jump, I say how high. It was that type of thing. She wanted another level to our relationship. She started to get bored with it because she started doing things to cause conflict or things to get a rouse out of me, right? So the pimp, he saw this and he started to show me these things. Like he demanded that I have dick control. Keep your dick out of her, right? Because, tricks always want to have sex with him, right? So keep your dick out of her. Don't do that. When he told me to stop lying to him, he said, he also added, that's what tricks do. And other things that he taught me, right? So I made these tweaks, these minor tweaks to my life. It was for our relationship, but it was really for my life because what happened was the awareness that I had of myself was amazing, right? Like I became self-aware of who I was. And with her, in our relationship, instead of us having sex in our long time, we was doing a lot more talking. I can remember laying in the bed just talking to her. We were playing cards with each other just so I can get to know her. I was giving her pedicures and giving her massages and stuff like that. I was reading a few books. I was teaching her what I was reading, right? It was like I had become a giant in her eyes because she was looking up to me. And it was only because I made these tweets and I wasn't acting like a trick. You understand?